Welcome back to the Auctmart Fairings review. As you can see, they're all attached. They're all on the bike and it's looking sharp. I'm really liking it. So I finished putting them on about a week ago, and then weather was finally kind of decent here, which today it is not. Nice and rainy out there. But yeah, we had some decent weather this week in the Chicagoland area. So I went out and took it on a few rides, kind of got a feel for the bike with the new plastics on it, just to see if there's any major difference from the OEM ones. And I'm happy to report I don't notice any difference other than it looks a lot nicer. So where to begin? The fairing overall quality, let's just say compared to the OEM, the feel of it, I really don't notice a difference. I've heard some guys say that the aftermarket ones from Hong Kong and China are a little more brittle. The plastic's just cheaper and a little more brittle. I felt like it had the same feel to it, that there wasn't really any issues with how it felt. I will say they are not 100% the same fitment. I'd say they're 90% there. Some people complain, they're like, oh, it's a 7 out of 10. I think they have too high expectations. Did things line up perfectly? Yeah, for the most part, they did, honestly. I will say the holes and the finishing things, so things like these clips here where these line up, these were not perfect on all the fairings. Everywhere where there's clips, you just had some issues lining up. So like especially right here, we could see that this doesn't line up perfectly. Some things like right there, I don't know if you can see that, it doesn't line up 100% perfectly. The seat cowl here kind of has a big gap there and then gets tight at the back and doesn't flow perfectly. But, you know, looking at my OEM ones, and then on this side it's like super tight, but, you know, looking at the OEM ones, they weren't 100% perfect in anything either. Overall, I'm satisfied with what they did for me here. The paint quality's decent. You know, it's probably 1 or 2 coats, and then clear coat on top. I do notice it's pretty easy to scratch. You got to be careful. Over here, you can see I scratched that putting it on. No big deal. Good thing I went with white, because underneath is probably white plastic. Over here, I also scratched when I was getting the gasket in. This gasket is very difficult. I don't know if you can see that. I can focus there. This gasket is very, very tight to squeeze in, and I had to use a screwdriver to kind of wiggle it into place, and accidentally got a little cattywampus and did that. Paint quality's good. You know, here's that scratch that you probably remember from the first unboxing video. So that was really the only scratch I could find on it from them. Oh wait, there's one on this front fairing here. It's more of like a chip. I don't know. Maybe it was during the painting process. Let me try and focus in on that. Again, kind of hard to see unless you're in person. Other fitment issues. This black windscreen from them. This does not line up perfectly. There's about a small gap about that big, but I mean, you can't even see it really from the distance. These front clips, everything lined up pretty well, actually. I've heard some people zip tie these, but they plugged in and I've been riding. I put maybe 50 miles on it. I haven't had any issue. Probably my biggest gripe was the front fender fairing. As you can see, it's fairly crooked. Nothing rubs up, doesn't cause any issues when I'm riding. Just kind of irritates me when I'm standing back and looking at it. But whatever. Again, I paid like $400 shipped for all this, and it looks amazing compared to the old blue. I'll try and toss a photo up in there of what it used to look like if you don't remember from the last video, but and the look I wanted white, but I wanted clean white. I didn't want all those tiger graphics that these CBRs are known to have. I had the wheels powder coated red, which my powder coater did an amazing job on. And then, yeah, I eyeball matched the red for these side fairings, and they're fairly close. I mean, maybe like a slight shade off, but everything's in the same tone. I'm super thrilled. I mean, I think it looks good. The graphics look great. I was concerned that the edges on these graphics would be kind of rigid, or not rigid, but like rough. And they're straight. Everything looks good. It looks like they put clear coat over everything. I did notice yesterday I got home from a ride. These look good too. Back one look good. Honestly, my OEM ones were like chipped from rocks and stuff. It's a 10-year-old bike. The mileage is low, but the previous owner lived in kind of a gravelly area, so I think he got hit with a lot of rocks from trucks and stuff. So now everything looks nice and clean. But right here, I don't know if I'll be able to show this, on the A, right there, it's kind of coming up. And I've been kind of pushing it down, but I don't know if I did that. It looks like I did that while I was waxing, because it looks like there's some wax under it. I don't know if they clear coated over this or not. It kind of looks like they did, but I don't know why that's lifting. Maybe that just that spot didn't get a good coverage. But yeah, I mean, everything's smooth. There's no orange peel really. Maybe a little, but not bad, you know? This sticker that they included, it's working fine. I'm not mad about it. Bottom isn't like perfectly sticking. There's a little bit of it coming up, but whatever, it protects the tank from me. And I'm not going to buy a $50 guard to protect $400 fairings. Overall, does the job, looks good. I've gotten so many compliments on it from my friends and family and just random people that I've ridden by. I'm thrilled. Would I buy it again? Absolutely. If these get messed up in a year or two, if I still have this bike, I'll totally get another set and maybe go black. But yeah, anyway, that's my Auctmarts fairing review. I would say if you're looking at them, you want to jump into them, I would go for it for the money. If you don't want to pay $2,000 for a new set of OEM ones or whatever they charge. And you can do your own custom color then, which really makes you personalize the bike. I guarantee you I won't see another Honda CBR on the road that looks like mine. Isn't that what bikes is all about, is making it for yourself? Yeah, I'm super thrilled. Definitely recommend it. The whole installation took me about 2 days, about 3 hours each day. Mostly because I'm anal and I go really slow and take my time and really make sure all the bolts are right and everything. The included hardware they gave was, or rather I purchased, it was $15 for the additional hardware. I think I used maybe like 5 of the bolts they included. I had most of the OEM ones, but the previous owner had swapped a few out for some Ace Hardware shit, so I swapped those in. They're not 100% perfectly the same size, so this was the one I had to swap. You could tell, oh man, it's hard to focus on. You could tell the head is not really big enough. It's like barely grabbing, but it is holding for now, and you know, if I have a problem later, I'll get a replacement bolt. Also, the head on this I think was a 4mm, and these are typically 5mm, so I'll probably have to throw an additional tool. Nah, I'm never gonna have to take these off on the road, so yeah, everything looks good. It did come with heat shrink, which I cut with scissors and put there on the exhaust, protect it a little more. I'm happy, guys, and if you're looking into these, I definitely recommend getting them. Definitely apply a coat of wax. Like I said, I don't know how thick the clear coat they do is. Anything to help protect it, but be a little careful around the graphics when you're waxing it, in case you get the same issue where you get one that starts lifting up on you. But yeah, that's my Auctmarts review. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope it helps you make your decision if you're thinking about it too. Thanks, and if you like this video, please subscribe. I'm going to try and keep adding more videos of stuff I'm doing on bikes. I'm working on getting a GoPro right now and some other stuff for my helmet. So yeah, this whole summer I'm hoping to do a bunch of videos. See you around.